All right, hello listeners, it's Magic Man from MMOBomb.com, and you've seen this before. You probably watched the first look from alpha gameplay posted a while ago. For City of Steam Mechanist Games, on the line with me, I've got Gab Laforge, developer from City of Steam. How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I can't complain. I'm playing a badass game in a browser. And
Thank you.
You guys are getting set. You're in the middle of kind of different beta activities. What's going on in City of Steam right now?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff going on. Right now, we just started our third closed beta test, and there's a lot that's been added since the first few tests before.
Now, you guys have... I'm playing through the tutorial right now, the introductory mission, as you called it. And
yes.
There's been some substantial changes here. I mean, this bad boy used to take place on a train and different objectives. What's going on? Why the huge changes in something that's basically a tutorial?
Well, as we're kind of weird in the way that we actually listen to our players and their feedback. I know. What, developers who listen to their players? What? But yeah,
that's crazy.
People were saying, yeah, the train was long, tedious, claustrophobic. It was always too much of the same thing, and it was. And we're like, yeah, you're right. So let's show more of the story. What happens? Why do you end up on that train? What are you running away from? So from the tutorial now, you don't only just get instructions of how the game works and everything, but the whole background story as to why you end up in Nexus, the refuge.
I'm here with my dad. I noticed we created new characters, which we skipped on the video since we kind of covered that on the first look, but you guys have added races and all kinds of different things since Alpha. We're very kind of limited in Alpha until the later parts, but now it's you log in. There's how many races were there? I didn't even count. It looked like maybe 8 or 9.
When you played, I don't remember how many there were available at the time, but we were adding... each alpha weekend we were adding new races. It ended up at 9, and in closed beta we added the 10th race, which is the dwarf. That was a long-awaited race. People were excited to see it arrive.
Now, was that a result of your Steam campaign on your site with the Steamometer?
Oh yes, the Steamometer. We're now reached full goal much faster than we expected. Actually, it was a weird mix of. Instead of just making it financial like a Kickstarter would be, we added that, plus any sort of social exposure that we get. So if people tweeted about us, if they liked us on Facebook, if they watched our YouTube videos and subscribed, we added points to that meter so they would go, so that if you don't, like, I don't have $10 to give, it's like, no problem, just talk about us on social media. And yeah,
you can't really beat that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I want to support you, but what can I do? Well, we reward you from sharing our game with other people by giving you dwarves and Steam bikes.
Thanks for helping out. Here, have a dwarf.
Exactly.
So you've had what, 2 beta events? This the third beta event's getting ready to launch in what, maybe 35 minutes or so here from this recording.
Much.
And then you have a 4th one scheduled. Are we looking at a launch after that, or more betas, an open beta phase, maybe?
Currently, the final closed beta will be on December 23rd to the 28th. After that, it's going to be another crunch time between there and whenever we can decide the open beta to go on. But we're aiming for maybe early next year in spring at some point. No set date yet.
So can you talk a little bit about the Unity engine? We hear a lot about that, especially talking about browser games, obviously, and looking at City of Steam, alpha, beta, whatever, it's very evident that you guys are doing something in browsers that even as little as a year ago just wouldn't have been possible.
Yeah, Unity's really impressed us with its capabilities. It came out around the same time we were beginning development. So we sort of took a risk and said, let's try it out and see how it goes. But they kept updating, they kept adding new stuff, and as we were developing the game, we could, add new options, add new features. So they kind of grew together in a way, which was nice. as for the technical aspects, I'm not a very technical person, so I can't really sound smart and talk about it. But we were able to design a lot of our own tools within Unity. So there's a lot of this like the quest tools, everything that's how the assets are streamed and everything. That's our own stuff. So that's how we can make it look this good, and that's what I'm looking for. Optimized enough so that the loading times are insignificant. You go from level to level, it takes you a couple of seconds, and it still looks like this. You don't have to download gigs of information.
Right.
You don't even have to download a client or anything. You just sign up, jump in, wait less than a minute, and you can play.
Yeah, and in that minute, you're treated to a lovely flyby anyway that you're probably going to watch 3 or 4 times.
Yes, and very beautiful music.
And the water, that's one of the things that, you know, gamers look for, small things like that, and water is a big graphics thing that people look at, and how do they render the water? Did it look real? And damn, I'm just impressed with this from top to bottom, beginning in alpha and even more so now.
I was surprised. There's a lot of stuff I missed myself. Some of the players mentioned it. They mentioned the water. It looks really amazing. And something else I noticed is if you look in places where light shines in a window, you'll see dust motes, and people are like, dust motes.
We got particle lighting, boys. Look at it. So I'm now back outside here. I'm in my tutorial escorting my dad here. And there is some big stuff going on out here with a lot of shit flying around and a big steam golem over there. What's going on out here?
Well, Delton used to be your kind of a depends. You're playing an orc, so it was kind of your quiet home. You come from the outlands, and you're trying to make it in the big city. But the outer rims of the world, I'm not sure if you've seen what the world itself looks like. It's not like it's not like a round planet or anything. It's like this flat, huge mechanism of gears.
Yeah, a combination of like 3 or 4 different gears rotating around each other on a 2-dimensional plane. Precisely.
So this world is indeed flat. Right now we're in the part of the world where it's near the very center, so we can actually legitimately say that we are at the center of the world, and that's where we're going. We're going to the very middle after this part. So around in the outer rims and some of the surrounding countries, they're getting this same kind of stuff where these myth spikes, like that tower that flew in, are crashing into the world and bringing up a lot of nasty stuff, like the Songbreaker, the huge demon-like creature you're seeing. And people were sort of migrating towards the center, or as refugees to escape this chaos. And it was safe here for a while, but now we have this chaos and destruction everywhere, and that's why we're running to the very middle, where it's the last safe place so far. And that's why you were on the train in Alpha.
Oh, so now I'm on the train, and this is all making sense now.
Mm-hmm. We're all running away, and that's why that creature attacks us. There's something on that train that it wants.
It's all so clear.
Yes, and that's why all players end up in the same place. See? Logic, story.
Oh, story, logic, and lore. You guys aren't allowed to do that. It's not allowed to make sense.
We're very good with the lore, though, since we based the game on a series of role-playing books. So we have a bunch of stuff we can fall back on. We're not just saying, hey, let's add this because. No, we actually have books to back us up on.
So what do you classify this as? I mean, you're a gamer. Is this kind of like a dungeon crawler with a little bit of a persistent world added in? Is it a truly MMO persistent world RPG? What are you guys calling this around the office?
Oh, geez, the shortest we could call it was an industrial age fantasy 3D MMORPG in the Unity engine, which is browser-based.
You make me wish I got paid by the word.
Yeah, I'd say in terms of like dungeon crawlers and stuff, yeah, there's a lot of dungeon crawler, but it's still very story heavy. So a very lore heavy dungeon crawler would be, which is also an MMO and 3D in Unity in browser.
In a browser, no download, great music. That sounds good. That sounds good. Almost through the train here. Just beat the Blood Demon on my way to Songbreaker.
Aha!
Oh, there we go. This is not looking bueno for me.
Ah, you can do it. By the way, what are you starting to panic yet, or?
Just a little bit. Yeah, that's why I did not respond to anything you just said.
Well, I'm going to give you a little tip. You can't actually die in the tutorial. I mean, introduction.
Oh, it's all right. I defeated him anyway. Woohoo!
Well done, sir.
Yes, it's on MMO Bomb, it's become a drinking game when I die in games for many of the listeners. So I was not going to give them the satisfaction of a death there.
Oh, in that case,
not
I know
in the
exactly
tutorial.
what to
That
take
would have just
first.
been embarrassing. They've revamped the tutorial enough that it killed me.
Yeah, that was our plan all along.
So now I'm at the refuge. Now, is this kind of like the main central hub, or is this just going to be our place for a little bit, or what's the deal with the refuge?
That would be your main central beginning hub. There are, if you open up your map, you can hit M. You'll see that there's a button on the top right called City Map, and you'll see all the unlockable hubs that you can go to eventually. But at first, you're stuck in the refuge for now.
All right, now I'm looking at my talent trees here. So take us through this. This kind of looks like I'm in my sharpshooting tree, throwing some ability points down. Looks kind of steampunky but kind of traditional, but some mixes where you keep stacking points and points. Talk about this a little bit, because there's some unique things going on here.
Well, the appearance of it, yes, we wanted something truly steampunk looking. So you have all the gears, the valves, the pressure gauges going up. It's kind of like you're directing your liquidative skills into certain areas that you want. So you can customize. You can choose what skills you want to focus on. Points you get at first about 5 points per level, and it eventually goes up as you level. So you might get 6, 7, 10 points per level once you reach the higher ones.
So what do you focus on in your day-to-day there?
I am actually I used to be in content, but now I got dragged into marketing. So I do all of the communication stuff. That's why I'm the one talking to you. I'm the one who gets people in, sees the game. If anybody needs any extra information or copyright, or I do a lot of lackey marketing stuff.
So what can we, I mean, this is a huge question for free-to-play gamers, and I'm sure you anticipate this and probably have answered this bajillion times already. What are we looking at as far as like cash shop and things that are going to be available for cash purchase and avoiding pay to win, all that stuff?
Well, you should be happy to hear that, well, maybe not so happy, but a lot of us here used to work in developers that did use the pay-to-win model very blatantly.
That doesn't make me happy, Gab. There better be an upside to this story.
But we hated it with a passion, and we thought, yeah, we can do better than that. So we left and sort of got together here at Mechanist, and our games will be very much free to play with anything that you can buy that could give you a game advantage. Anything that would affect balance or give you extra power or anything are not exclusive to the store. You can get those from drops, transmuting, crafting. You can get it from finishing challenges and certain quests. It takes more work, of course, because then it would have no value, but it is all attainable in a free way. Anything that is exclusive to the store would be cosmetic or anything that doesn't affect the game itself in terms of PvE or PvP.
That's what we like to hear. Oh, hold on. Some NPC just ran up and talked to me.
Oh, Loom. Go back.
I took Loom's quest.
Ah, good. Oh, good morning, Ian. That will be later. Right now. We'll set up. We'll be right. Ian just popped in our.
Hello.
Hello. That is our. He is our lore master. So all the wonderful lore and stories and many of the quests that you're reading right now are written by him.
It's true. Anyway,
nice.
Enjoy.
Thanks, Ian. All right. So how do you usually like to approach games? You like doing quests? You like want to try challenges?
I'm a quest grinder. I hate mob grinds, but I'm all for a good quest grind. And then I'm a PvE guy from there. Dungeons and raids and group things against the environment. I am awful at PvP, so I avoid it at all costs. That's me.
Sweet. Well, then I can help you with some quests. We can try challenge dungeon later. What to do?
Hear these bikes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, the refuge. You'll hear mostly ambient sounds. Or you'll hear a child coughing. You'll hear people talking in the background. It's not the music is there, but it's not as overpowering as it would have been in the introduction.
So what am I doing right now? Settling in. Okay, so my settling in is pretty much my tour quest.
Yes, it gets you around the refuge. It shows you where your house is. It'll get you used to what's going on.
I like that the quest targeting guides you along, but that you did not opt to put auto-pathing in.
We still have auto-pathing on the sign here, so if you do get lost, you can still use the sign and get there. Same with the quest board. If you want to find an NPC that has a quest, it'll auto-walk you to them. But once you have the quest, it'll track instead.
Ah, gotcha. So it is there if you want it, but you kind of gotta go and get it. We're not gonna give it to you right away. You gotta do a little bit of work. Damn it! Come on.
Exactly. You gotta find your way around a little bit, otherwise you never get to enjoy the sights.
Right. So what are you guys planning for the PvEers, the PvPers, the Raiders, the Dungeoners? What does City of Steam have in store?
A lot of it is still in the works, so there's not much of that right now. There are the challenge dungeons, which you can do as teams, and if you achieve certain goals within them, you unlock other features within the city hub. That's... Oh, there you are.
Let's put those here. Get some agility going. Perfect.
Yeah, agility, very important for gunners, especially since you're an orc gunner. They're not particularly agile, but you can boost that up.
Now I have to find Ogon, and I've completed settling in.
Sweet. Ogon, yeah, should be right over there. That store here. There it is.
Fight your peers for glory and prestige. I gotta say, it's a pretty slick interface, and it's just so impressed by how smooth the damn thing runs.
Oh yeah, in Alpha it was still kind of choppy a bit, but they've fixed stuff, and most people should have a very improved frame rate. I'm not sure how you're running.
We're consistently running 60 right now, and that's with Fraps, Audacity, Skype, 2 monitors, all kinds of things running, and we're still maintaining 59 to 60.
Perfect.
Oh, and we're full screened too.
Nice.
Alright,
that's
so
the
now...
beauty about the full screen here. If you full screen it and you show it to someone else, they would never know it's an full screen.
Yeah. Oh, see, now this, I think this quest, is this good for me? I think this might be a little bit above me.
No, actually, just jump in.
From the alpha.
You'll just jump in, take the old courtyard, just the first button, and you'll just need to walk a few steps forwards. A NPC will talk to you, you negotiate a bit, and then you can leave right away. You don't need to do the whole level.
Ah, gotcha.
We were just getting used to...
I have successfully negotiated.
Well,
yes, I remember coming into the courtyard in the alpha the first time a little earlier than I probably should have.
Yeah, well, it's because we don't want everything to be level 1, right? So we mixed it up so that once you start leveling, you can still do other stuff in the refuge. But if people went to the courtyard first, yeah, that was a bit tough. Here is we don't have rats in the game, but we have ratlings.
So you guys are trying to do the old Steam greenlight, right?
Yes, we've been on greenlight since Wednesday. We've been doing fairly well. A lot of positive comments. The voting's been going well. So we're hoping that that keeps going well. Because if that works out, we will have a more client version for people to play around with. Because that's been a huge thing. People like a lot of from the browser stigma, people just don't want to play on a browser. And like if it looks good, why don't you just have it on a client? Like, fine, we'll see how it does on Steam, and it might work or something.
Yeah, I've got no complaints with the browser, but I can see. Oh no! Oh no!
Don't move! I can revive you.
Oh man, there's some viewer drinking going on right now.
Yeah, so, take your drink. I just missed my chance to revive you there. But you still have cardio tonics, so you'll be fine.
I'm that client baby though, that if the Steam Greenlight is successful, which I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be, MMO bombers, get on that. I would download the client too. It's just I'm a client dork like that. I've got no complaints with the browser though.
Well, if MMO bombers do go out and check the green light for Seed of Steam, there will be much appreciation for us. From us, not for us. But yes, also.
Well, I think it's a little both, isn't it? It's showing appreciation for us and getting appreciation from us. It's a win-win.
Well, we can do challenge dungeons now, which is fun. Yeah, with challenge dungeons you can get a lot of good stuff and bonuses, but in particular what's useful about them is getting the challenge orbs. Let's see, yeah, Smasher. Now, we have to smash as many boxes as we can in about 3 minutes in this level. If we smash them all, we get full completion. And by certain, if we reach certain levels of the goal, we can get challenge orbs. With the challenge orbs, you can use them to transmute. And by transmuting, you can get a lot of the good stuff that you would otherwise only get in the store, but you can get for free.
Passengers in transit will receive a temporary accommodation in Central. Please mind your baggage. The Heartland Transit Authority is not responsible for lost, stolen, or damaged items. Thank you.
I'm gonna lock that vehicle.
Good idea. So adorable.
And then, so what am I trying to do here?
If you click on the image of the thing you want, you'll see the 1 times, if you get 1 equals nothing, the 2 equals nothing.
Gotcha.
As you get more of them, you can actually get very good stuff.
Ah, okay. So this is a little... Oh
So
man,
it's
this is gonna
kind
be bad for me. This little slot machine and after the
Yeah.
challenge events. Ay, ay, ay.
But
No, I haven't.
you'll be glad to know that there's no way you can put money into getting challenge orbs. Those are completely PvE things. So you can't actually gamble with this. We made sure.
I can see that. Excuse me. I can actually see that being very bad for me. I would run challenge dungeons for a long time just to mess with that damn thing.
Yeah, and that design was totally done on purpose.
Yeah, I can't imagine why you would have done that. Well, Gab, I appreciate the tour. I know the viewers can't wait. It's got a lot of buzz, has for a while now, and it just keeps getting more and more hype around it. I hope the Steam goes well. MMO Bombers, make sure if you're on Steam, not only do you support the Greenlight project for City of Steam, but you might as well join the MMO Bomb public group while you're there to hang out with us in chat when we're all on Steam. Gab, do you have anything you want to tell the listeners? This is your shout-out times, whatever you want to give the listeners.
Oh, the main thing right now is check us out on Greenlight. If you're not convinced by this, we have a hilarious trailer up there. If you don't like that, you won't like City of Steam. So thanks for checking anyway. But yeah, I'm sure you'll be okay. If you like MMOs, this is right up your alley.
Very cool. Very excited about the project. You guys should be very proud so far. I know there's a long way to go still with the betas and everything, but there's a lot of people looking forward to it. As of this moment, we do still have beta keys on the MMOBomb.com site, so head on over there and snag those up before you're gone. As always, guys, this is Magic Man saying stay safe. We'll see you out on the servers.